You're gonna love this.
I want to hear it. I'm objective. You're critical.
Anico at the disco.
He's positive. Join the Mixtape 615.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday,
It is the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
forever. All right, testing. 1 to the 2 to the 3. And if you just joined us, we're coming in live after a Open Cup victory. Open Cup.
What?
Remontada against Orlando City Cubs. We're not even gonna call them the Lions no more, bro. We clipped that name, bro. This is a Mixtape 615 live stream, baby. We doing it live this time, bro. We gotta do it live. And right now, right here, after that Open Cup win, this is the place to be. If you're a Nashville Soccer Club fan, or you're just trying to see what's going on with the boys in gold, and you need to be in the mix with us right here, right now. I invite you to lock in. Why? Because we are the voice of who? The fans. That's you. I'm your boy, Tunji, a.k.a. Young Turtle, Lee Soccer Face. That's Abdoom, the Big Kahuna, much on a little tuna sandwich, DR Kid, affectionately known as Steam Poppy, Yamame Por Favor. Yo, any given day now, you can catch me where? At Lucky's 3-Star Bar, doing what? Throwing back shots of what? My Lord, because why? They calling me Chicago Mike, all right? That's all I got for you right now, but real quick, Austin, tell them who you are, baby.
What's up, guys? My name is Austin, aka Wild Mane, aka Ginger Snap, aka the Fumbling Dublin, aka Chicky Parm, aka Red Beard. And Tunji,
I want to hear it.
No
I'm
Malort
objective.
shots
You're
right
critical.
now. Anico, no Malort shot.
But man, hey, bro, I just left Chicago, man. I was taking more Malort shots in Chicago than Chicagoans were, bro.
Oh my goodness.
They were looking at me like they were like, look at this disgusting tourist, bro.
Bro, okay. So yeah, I don't know if you watched it or not, but Logan, our co-host who will be joining us here shortly, sent us a video via Instagram. It was an Instagram reel of a bartender talking about barrel-aged Malort. And he was like, if you take what is, trash mixed with, vomit mixed with a couple other things, and then you age that's barrel-aged Malort.
Yeah, trash mixed with vomit, and that sounds about, I think you're missing dog feces in there.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're missing that aftertaste of dog feces. That's Malort. That's the true Malort. All right, guys.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What we got, man? What we got, bro?
All right, so yeah, Nashville SC gets an Open Cup win in the round of 16 against Orlando, and this is a team that I'll be honest, I saw the lineup come out and I was a little nervous about it. I was like, okay, I guess BJ isn't going for the win in Open Cup. I guess he is just focusing on MLS, and I was a little nervous because Orlando, this is a team that had a lot of their starters in. They weren't resting their players like we were, and this is also a team that just had a clean sheet against Miami and beat them 3-0. And so
that's crazy. Coming
off of that win, and then us playing essentially our B team with a lot of these youngsters. I mean, we had a Huntsville City FC guys there at the end. We had Wyatt Mayer starting. We had Corcoran Corcoran starting. Teal Bunbury. Chris Applewhite,
Huntsville City guy, bro. What are you doing?
No. But I'm saying, Chris Applewhite, like all of these players who aren't typical, they're rotation players. Don't get me wrong, but they're not our typical starters. And so I was a little nervous coming in, and then they get that early goal. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, it looked bad. It looked bad from that early goal, man.
Hey, hats off to the players. They kept fighting, and they got that gritty goal. They ended up calling it an own goal. I'm going to call it a Teal Bunbury goal because I don't give him enough credit, I think I give him the credit he is due. However, he was there at the right place, right time, and forced an own goal. If not, it was his goal. Not 6 minutes after they got theirs. And so I think that really, really helped us. But your immediate reaction, Tunji?
This was great. Remontada, revenge. That is my immediate reaction. This is
5
revenge.
games, right? That we haven't beaten them.
I can't remember the last time we beat Orlando City. That's how long it's been. But
Yeah.
also, we ended a 12-game unbeaten streak
Yep.
for Orlando City tonight with our B team guys.
Yep.
So hold on. I really want to just focus on everybody's thoughts and reactions in the beginning of when that lineup dropped. I mean, people felt betrayed, bro. Even the top guys, like in the content creation space in the Nashville SC. I mean, we saw tweets from Ben Wright talking about how they were confused with for this lineup, and it didn't make sense with what you were saying in terms of you want to go all in, take this seriously, and then we see the lineup. And when I saw the lineup, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too pleased with it. I also was like, "Ooh, this is not. We may not make it past this round." But the results, I'm gonna call someone out here on Twitter as well. The results are the results. We had someone that we were tweeting about this, and someone was still upset. Even at the end of this game, they were still upset about the fact that we rolled out here with this lineup. Let me tell you something. If you are a serious team, if you are a team that is trying to win trophies, silverware in any competition, in any league, you have to have reliable depth. You have to have quality depth. I'm sure that BJ came in and said, like he said what he said. We all heard what he said. We're going for the cup, and I'm not going to call up any Huntsville City guys. Well, guess what, guys? Plans change, things change, and you have to be able to pivot. And I think Nashville pivoted brilliantly. Goals from guys that we weren't expecting. Teal Bunbury gets a goal / own goal to tie the game up. And then Ahmed Kassem, who's been struggling, gets the goal in there. And then Wyatt Meyer, who we gave him a hard time in the beginning of the season when he had to fill in, had just got signed and just got thrown out there. And I thought he did an okay job. But I did see from Wyatt Meyer in the beginning of the season that propensity to take those outside of the box shots. He wasn't making them. Look what happened today.
Absolutely. And hey, let's talk about also the assist. The Patrick Yazbek back heel assist right over setting up Wyatt Meyer's banger. I mean, that's a banger. We're seeing some of these from our defense, like we watched Josh Bauer, a couple of his bangers that were just rockets off the foot. Seeing Wyatt Meyer now, same thing, banger right off the foot. I'm like, bring those guys in, bring them up. I'm loving that we're actually seeing goals from our defensemen. We've got, Dan Lovitz. We've got goals from Josh Bauer, now Wyatt Meyer, and Palacios has one as well. I mean, man, look at all the defensemen that are actually getting. I know. Meyer did. He played left back tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, Meyer played.
So he did a good job. Yeah, I thought he did really well.
And who else did great on that back line? Chris Applewhite, dude.
So I actually wanted to talk about that.
Control. Oh, is that who you're going to talk about?
Yeah, it was just about to bring him up.
Let's talk about him then.
While we saw some really good things from him, I did want to talk about, yes, we can talk all positives because this was not an expected win for us. It really wasn't.
Not with that lineup, no.
However, all the guys played really, really well. Chris Applewhite, a couple times, though, I did notice he kind of got turned around a little bit, just showing his inexperience. Not necessarily anything to do with his skill, just he's playing against some veteran players in Orlando, and he just got turned around a couple times, kind of bit on a couple of their fakes. However, late in the game, finds himself in a good spot, gets a turnover, late in stoppage time. And I thought he handled himself really well. No, it wasn't stoppage time. It was 88th minute. However, still late in the game when you're getting challenged in the 18 as a center back, as a 17-year-old center back, and I thought he kept his composure really well.
He takes the ball from the defender or from the striker. I can't remember the striker's name, but he doesn't just hold down the line. He says he's the aggressor in that situation. I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw that, but I want to talk about. Let's stay on Chris Applewhite for a second.
Yeah.
Because I think what we're looking at with Chris Applewhite is a future Walker Zim replacement. And that's a crazy statement because we all know who Walker Zim is. But let me give you my reasons why. Look, I know that you said he got turned around a few times. I'm going to chalk that up to he's still a kid. He's 17 years old.
Oh, well, that's why I said it was inexperience. It was just inexperience. It wasn't anything.
Let me focus on. I got you, but let me focus on. I'm going to focus on the positives because I saw a lot more positives tonight from Chris Applewhite than I saw negatives. There were times in this game just now where in that second half, especially when Orlando tied it up, right? The pressure from Orlando was heavy. I'm talking about they had the
Yeah.
ball in our defensive third in our half for a good part of that beginning of that second half. But the what I noticed at one point was Chris Applewhite kind of took over that back line, and the ball started moving through him. When we couldn't find ways to get up, Chris Applewhite was sitting there with the ball, and he would pass up, he would take it over, he calmed everything down. He calmed it down, right? And he said, "All right, let's find this pass that gets us into the attacking half." And so when I saw that, everyone else reacted. The rest of the team immediately reacted, and he became kind of like that rotational anchor. He would pass it up to Yazbek. Yazbek wouldn't find anything. He'd pass it back to Chris. Then Chris would, again, calm down, look around, move the ball over here. Then he'd pass it to Corcoran. Corcoran wouldn't find anything. He'd pass it, and Chris would call back for it. He called for the ball back. You know what I'm saying? Taking control of the situation. So that, to me, is what led us to the point where you see that Wymeyer a goal. You know, I mean, that go-ahead goal, because we were kind of floundering before that, bro. It wasn't looking good. It was looking like Orlando was going to get the go-ahead goal. But I feel like through this young man, Chris Applewhite's like calm demeanor that he has out there, and that's something we've been talking, that everyone's been talking about when it comes to him since before when they brought him up to the first team. This calm demeanor for a young guy, I saw it finally in action today. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping that in the near future, this guy becomes one of the anchors of our team.
Yeah, and not just the calm demeanor, but you saw him grow in the match. He grew into it, and that's actually, to me, that says a lot more about him as a player and him as a person, because yes, he got turned around a little bit. I don't know if you even saw like Palacios kind of, chirping at him, like yelling at him, saying, go here, like, giving him direction and all that. But he didn't get flustered. He grew into the match. And I mean, you saw another player that I wanted to mention that I've given, a lot of grief on is Ahmed Kassim. He hasn't been who we saw early in the season. He really has not. Couple times early in the match, again, I saw him getting a little flustered. However, he grew into the match. And then the Wyatt Mayer, he was 100% the reason that we got the go-ahead goal. The Palacios sends it across, all the way across, and Ahmed Kassim gets on his jets, goes and gets it in the corner, beats his man, got a couple lucky bounces, but beats his man, gets into the 18, passes it out to Yazbek for the back heel, and then we know how the story ends. Wyatt Mayer with his banger gets his
Wyatt Mayer with the absolute banger, with the absolute
career goal.
Which let me ask you this question, Austin. Which Huntsville City guys deserve a call up, at least to ride the bench now in let's say in MLS play with the first team, based off of this performance that we just seen?
I mean, Meyer is the easy one. However, he is on our bench a decent bit right now. I think Corcoran, another one. But there at the end, gosh, what's his name?
Ethan O'Brien.
Yeah. I thought he actually looked good and found himself in a couple good positions there late. Now, it was one of those, like, we were trying to bend, don't break, so we can't put a lot on him of like, I expected more from him. But what I saw from him from O'Brien, I thought he actually found himself in a couple good positions. And so maybe we see a little bit more from him. Maybe I need to pay a little bit closer attention to Huntsville and see what he's doing
the
down
captain
there.
down there. So,
See what he's doing down there.
Leadership qualities there.
Yep. And I mean, and you saw it too when we had a late corner, he was kind of directing from that striker role. And so I actually really liked seeing that. But it's really, really fun right now. We've talked about this on the pod, how we want to see more goals. We're getting them right now. I mean, we just scored 3 more. We talked about the road to 50. I want to see where we are in all competitions.
I've lost track.
MLS, and I know that we're not we're not quite there yet, but I'm like, where are we in all competitions? That's 4 goals now in Open Cup in 2 matches. And then all the goals that we've had in MLS, I know that we are coming off. We haven't recorded since the draw to DC. However, like the goals are coming. I mean, we are one of 6 teams now. We are one of 6 teams now that have ever scored 7 goals in a match. And so just the fact that we're getting stuff like that is exciting. The fans are excited again. We have stuff that we can like talk about. I remember last season we were getting on here. We were like, well, we got to talk about this again.
There's not a lot of good
However,
things to
we're
say.
just seeing more and more. Hey, Logan's jumping in with us right now.
What's
And
up,
so,
everybody?
Logan, how was
Logan.
the watch party? Give us
So
the
the watch
vibes on the
party. All
ground.
right,
Give us
yeah.
the vibes on the ground.
All right. So everyone who is listening right now, everyone who is listening live, as well as those who are listening afterwards that are listening on the podcast as normal, guys, it was a great atmosphere. Not a ton of people. Again, it's still open cup. A lot of people are kind of sleeping on it a little bit, but man, the vibes were vibing. We were having a blast. Y'all know Bill Rousey and his wonderful mother. She was getting drinks out to everybody left and right. Yeah, we were getting rowdy.
Yo,
We were getting
Rousey,
rowdy for sure.
Rousey's
Routing
a
with the
legend,
Rousey.
bro.
Yeah.
Rousey and Rousey's mom is they are legends, bro. Mixtape 615
absolutely.
legends.
So it was, I mean, shout out to, all of our friends. Joseph and his girlfriend from the Bootleggers were there. Obviously, Addie, myself, Brian, Catherine, our new friend, who is, I guess, technically still Footy Mob, but hey, she joined. She's
slowly
joined
converting her. We're
She's
slowly
joined
converting her.
She's got some mixtape merch now. She's got that mixtape merch now. So she was there, man. And again, like Lucky's, as you guys know, that are sitting right here, you two, but also to our friends who are listening all over, man, Lucky's treats us so well and they're so awesome. So shout out to Lucky's 3-star. They are the bomb, and they were able to get it going because I know it's streamed on Paramount Plus, but we were able to finagle and get it streaming and get it going on the big TV for us. So it was really cool, man. We had a blast. We had a lot of fun. I can't say enough about it. But guys, 13 goal scorers. I know we haven't said it yet, but 13 goal scorers now.
Yeah. So I mean, you've heard us talking about it while
I've been listening the whole time.
Back. Yeah, exactly. So give us your reaction to this. The fans haven't heard this.
All right. So first goal, Teal, 100%. He got it. It's not blue. It's not green. It was somewhere in between a known goal and Teal, but it was Teal. It was Teal. Love the turtle power. Ready for it. Kasim finally getting another one in net. That is now another player who has another goal on top of it. That's now 6. No, 5. That's 5 goal scorers that have 2 or more out of 13, which is huge. And then when Wyatt scored his, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it was Schaffelberg kicking one from way out because the way his hair kind of flowed in the back. I was like, "Oh, that's
you like that? You like the flowy hair?
I like the flowy hair. It was a good look. I'm starting to work on some myself for some reason, but
I don't think you're gonna get there, bro.
I'm not gonna get there in any way, shape, or form. But when I saw Wyatt kick it in, I was like, man, that was Schaffelberg. That's awesome. That's another a double goal scorer. And then I looked back, and everyone was like, no. And I was like, wait, what? And I looked, and it was Wyatt Meyer, man. Like, good
I
on
think
him.
I thought it was Corcoran at first, like when I saw it, but like because I didn't really get a good
Matthew
look at
Lawrence.
Who Matthew
The Lawrence brothers.
Call him?
Hey, look at him. Tell me I'm wrong. Matthew Lawrence, Matthew Corcoran, they're the same person, just 30 years apart.
I'll take a look, and you'll probably be wrong, but I'll take a look.
I'm 100% right.
We'll see. I think I might understand a little bit of what you see there, but we'll see.
I'm just saying. But it was great, man. I like again the vibes. It was awesome.
What were people saying about the lineup in the beginning? Were you there from the beginning?
Well, yeah. So y'all know our friend.
We were talking
Blake.
about the lineup earlier. Give us the what people were, because I think a lot of people owe BJ Callahan an apology.
Yeah,
a ton of people
I think a lot of people owe BJ an apology based off of
myself included.
Yeah, me too.
I agree. I think a lot of people do. Definitely. Look at this. I got my pillow out of my way. I'll say this. A lot of people definitely do because a lot of people are sitting here sleeping on the team that BJ put out there. He has trust in these guys. I mean, he has said it time and time again. But he has trust in these guys. None of these guys are, I mean, except for O'Brien, I think all of these guys are on Nashville's squad. All these guys are on Nashville's squad.
Got
So
Wyatt,
let's
Chris Applewhite,
Wyatt's on it, Applewhite's on it, Corcoran's on it,
Myers on it, Corcoran's on it.
I'm telling you,
I guess Ethan O'Brien really was the only guy that
Ethan O'Brien is the only one
who has not played for BJ's team.
Not the first team.
Who hasn't played for the first? So okay, so really, he didn't really.
So
it's still a B team. We'll still call it. No, we can still call it a B team because we didn't. There's no Eddie Togseth. There's no Hani Mukhtar. There's no Sam Surge. There's no Joe Willis. There's no Dan Lovitz. You know, that's half of our starters right there.
But let's be honest, Schwake's done great. I mean, he did great and honestly against number one squad for Orlando, who are arguably one of the best teams in the East at the moment. Again, 12-game unbeaten streak, like we mentioned earlier. I'm telling you, it is awesome to see what these guys did. But a lot of people, they were sitting here like, oh man, I don't know. Are we going for the draw? I mean, I myself said, all right, this is going to be a 1-1 draw, and we'll go to
Pens.
Yeah, we'll go to penalties, and then who knows what's going to go on, because Schwake has done well in pins when he has gotten in at Huntsville. So I mean, it's the few times he's been down there and played, he's done well. And so there are a lot of things that we can say about this squad. There are a lot of things that a lot of people want to say that were negative. Again, Austin, you said it. UOBJ apology. I don't think I do, because I didn't say it wasn't going to be good. I just knew that I was like, well, I just was like, all right, I think based on what they have, based on what we have, I think it might go to penalties because they're coming off the high. So they're going to be a little sluggish. We've got guys that are rested, that are ready to go, that are hungry. All right, I think we might get a goal early.
Logan, this is what I was saying earlier, though, man. Like, you have, like when people were getting mad, like I'm looking at Twitter right now. I'm reading what we were saying 5 hours ago, right?
We is who?
the Nashville SC Twitter community. I didn't even want to hop on the Facebook, bro. The Facebook's gonna be even worse.
Yeah, but, I would love to see. I had to pull up the Reddit, so go ahead.
Look, bro,
I'm gonna pull it up.
When it comes to trying to get trophies, right? Everyone thinks it's always going to be on those 11 guys that we see week in, week out in league play. No, I think winning teams have depth. And BJ Callahan took a risk tonight. And you can say it wasn't a calculated risk or whatever, but he said, look, I'm going to put all the chips on the table tonight. I told everyone a couple weeks ago that we're going for the cup. We're going for it. And I told them we're going to use mostly our first team, Nashville SC guys. I'm not going to reach too far into the bag when it comes to Huntsville SC. So he did have to call up and Ethan and a couple other guys that, normally would be playing for Huntsville, but are signed to Nashville SC. So he didn't really, lie to us. I don't think he was gaslighting us, right? Correct. It'd be pretty wild for our head coach to just gaslight us. But I think what is the most important is he took a risk tonight. And it paid off. Why? Because in multiple ways. One, he took an unproven squad. That squad was unproven. And they ended a team that was having a 12-game unbeaten run.
And just like I said, they're coming off of a 3-0 win against a Messi-led Miami squad.
That's a whole other topic right now. Exactly. They're imploding on themselves.
Exactly. But now we have that same. Now we can look at this, look at the team as a whole and say it's, can we now feel a little bit more confident, right? That we have depth, and not just depth, we have quality depth who can fight and get the job done in these tough situations. It's so tough to look at that bench and not see Hani Mukhtar and Sam Surge on there.
Yeah, it was one thing to not see them, actually Hani was in the lineup against Chattanooga. But it's tough. Like it was like, okay, I understand not seeing them against a USL squad, but against an MLS squad playing at the level that Orlando has been playing at, and then seeing the squad, it was tough to not have questions or concerns. But something positive we can look at. We're undefeated in the last month. We're 4th in the Eastern Conference in MLS. We're going into the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup, and we have 28 goals in 16 matches in all of our all competitions right now. I mean,
on top of 13 goal scorers. I'm just going to put that one out there again.
we've talked about BJ Callahan and what he has done. We gave him a rubric. Guys, is it time to revisit that? Is he meeting or exceeding your expectations? Tunji.
Exceeding.
Yeah.
Far exceeding my expectations. Far exceeding. Do you have that rubric that we built a while back? I forgot. I know it was some of it was like player development.
Yeah, Austin's was player development. And look at what he's done. Who has he brought up? How many young guys do we have on the squad already? Tunji, do you remember what yours was?
No,
because I can tell you my two. I remember my two.
I just wanted. What did I want?
Mine was
results?
you talked about results and I think just offensive play.
Yeah, you talked about finishing in the final third.
Yeah,
mine was we have to get goals. Period. I said it from the beginning, and now look at us: 28 goals, less than 20 games.
So we're at 28 goals, all competitions, right?
All competition.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's
what
beautiful,
that looks like is we're at 24 goals in the league play, which is huge.
I mean, we're halfway to 50 almost.
Yeah, we're halfway to 50, and we're not even halfway. We're not even a third through the year. So if you look at that, that's exactly what I said. What was the other thing that I brought up? Communication between our guys, like strong communication, making sure we know where we're going, making sure we are talking to each other, because we kept butting heads and nobody was talking on the field last year. Look at us now, man. Even Palacios, who's not great at speaking English, and other guys are on our defensive squad and our midfield are learning Spanish who don't know Spanish yet. They are learning Spanish to try and speak with Palacios. Palacios is learning English. Dude, we are rolling with communication with our guys. We're rolling with the goal scoring. 13 different goal scorers in all competition is huge. 5 of which have multiple goals, including Sam and Honey both sitting at 6. It's insane to think how much this team has changed since BJ took over. It's also insane to think that how much this squad has been able to change given how dismal last year ended up for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's frustrating too that like we're watching this and we are seeing Nashville play at this level, and I feel like Nashville is still not getting love across the board.
That's just Nashville sports teams in general, though,
but
bro.
Like I think about like MLS posted what's his name, Pazelich, who got like the first goal, which was a banger. Like, don't get me wrong, that was a good goal. However, banger. Crickets when it comes to Wyatt Mayer's goal.
Dude, just watch. They're gonna start talking about us now, and even if they don't, that's fine. Let us be the unheard of underdog. That's what we want.
I'd rather be a sleeper team, honestly, rather than all the spotlight on us.
Yeah, we don't need the spotlight right now. Can you guys believe we're still workshopping this? We're still workshopping what this team is and what it can be. But you know what we are right now? Top 5 in the Supporters Shield race. Top 4 in the Eastern Conference. Look at what
are we top 5 in the Supporters Shield race right now?
Yep.
Did you think we'd be talking about the Supporters Shield race this year at all?
No, we talked about this being a rebuild year. I talked about it being a revamp year, but it was very close to being like, I remember Tunji, you had said this is rebuild year. And none of us thought that we were going to be, I was like, none of us thought that we were going to be anywhere near this. Even
was it that our hopes were to get back to the playoffs, period? That was like just,
I was like, goal is just to get back to playoffs. That was, and I know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We are still early in the season. However, with the form that Nashville is playing, we are excited again. That's more important than anything, is that we as fans are excited again. We are having fun.
We're sitting at number 7 in the Supporters Shield race, by the way.
Oh, okay.
We were top 5. We were top 5 like within the past like week or two.
San Diego went up as well, and they have a higher goal differential right now than us.
Yeah, so our draw versus DC probably didn't help us.
Yeah, that hurt, but still. That's still we're 1 game away from jumping back into that top 5 conversation.
Yeah, we're 1 game away from jumping into the top 4.
I was about to say, I mean, if you look at how close the Supporters Shield, like being top 7, it's not like we're far off.
And we play Columbus. We play Columbus in the next week, or or in the week and a half. I think the next week we play them at their house, and they are only 3 points ahead of us.
Yeah. And
we already beat Philly, who's number 1 in the Supporter Shield race period right now. And they have to come to our house the 1st of July or 5th of July, really, but in the beginning of July. And,
we're coming in. I mean, we should, I don't want to take them lightly, but we should win our next match against Toronto. They're having, they're having a down year again this year. So we should come in and beat Toronto. Right, and then we should put up a good fight. Now it's another, Saturday, Wednesday game. So we'll see. Like we rested a bunch of our players today. We'll see what we do on Saturday against Toronto. Maybe rest a couple more, and then
don't forget
we get ready and get ready for Columbus.
Toronto, we can rest. We could give Hani another week off.
That's what I'm saying. And then go at it with Columbus, because we've got another. I mean, we've played 9 matches in May already.
Yep, but we can also give Dan another match off. Think about it, guys. We just signed the new kid, Schmidt.
Yeah, Tate Schmidt. If you guys haven't seen, Nashville SC signed a new defender, Tate Schmidt. He was not playing.
He was available.
He was a free agent. He was a free agent, but he played for RSL. I think the biggest things that at least the RSL fan base is saying is he's had important goals for them. And remember, he's a left back, so he's a left back that apparently has been able to score. Did really well in college, went to RSL. I think he had an injury that's kind of derailed his career, and he's just not that. He's not that starter guy. Like
he was Houston too.
Yeah, Dynamo. And Houston Dynamo. I think that was the last team he played for. But again, he's been in all these places, but he has not cracked that starting lineup at any of these places. So to me, it wasn't the flashiest signing. It wasn't a signing that I was super excited about when I saw it this morning. But like, if it gives Dan Lovitz a break, right, while we start to look for that Dan Lovitz replacement, which I hope to never see, but he is getting older, even though he's having the best year of his career. Yep. He's gonna need a break, sometime in mid-season. So if this guy can just be solid, that's all I'm asking of him. I don't need him to go out there and go crazy.
With Taylor Washington going down with his injury against Chattanooga, and again, we wish all the best to Taylor in his recovery for that. This is another guy who can, again, that next man, that's next man up mentality that everyone in our club is singing praises about. They really are like let's take just a breath, you two, because I know we've talked about it. We haven't actually talked about it. Like, think about this for just a second. The mentality of our guys in the locker room has completely changed. The mentality of these guys have gone from, we are struggling, we are trying to survive, we are doing everything we can, and we are frustrated with each other. It has gone from that to now we have an identity. We are a cohesive unit. And if one of us goes down, guess what? Next man up. We can keep it going. We trust that process. We are continuing to move, and we are going to continue to thrive, because it doesn't matter who's on the field, who's on the pitch. These players all know their job. They know where they're supposed to be and what the end goal is for each match.
And they're the players that aren't getting on the pitch all the time. Yeah. Right? Like, not every single one has settled into his role as, I'm going to lead the Open Cup squad, but I'm also going to, when I come into the on league play, I'm also going to give these guys spells there too. Yeah. So he's we obviously we want more out of Till Bunbury, but we got more out of him tonight. So when you say like everyone's playing their role, it's great. It's great. We're seeing
absolutely. And at this point, Teal kind of understands, like you're saying, like he's a hold the ball, a possession player right now when he comes in league play, but he had multiple chances. I wish he would have capitalized on a lot more of his chances against Chattanooga. Because he had so many chances. Same thing. Same thing with
the Red Bulls. Same with same with Red Bulls. Same with DC.
But
he had chances.
But tonight, they held their own. They played what they needed to do. Like I said, Kasim grew into it. Teal's still being Teal. He still held up play well for us. He still set up other players. He was still a menace in the box, whether he finished all of his chances or not. He was still a menace there, and had to hold make them cover him, and left it open for some of those. Like if you watch that Ahmed Kassim goal, basically their defense was lulled to sleep. I mean, they were not ready for him to take that shot. And so that's something that I was really excited about, and just seeing him actually knowing his role, like what y'all were talking about, and seeing him grow, not necessarily grow, because he's old enough to where he doesn't have to grow into the role. He knows what he's doing, but to take on the role and accept it and play really, really well. But that was exciting to see.
And just to kind of close out the Open Cup talk for just a second, some of our friends who are at the watch party are joining in on our live chat. If you are not on our live chat, definitely do it. But guys, this is really fun. Man, Bill Rousey, North Nashville, man of the match's coaching staff for having this group ready. Also, Logan's friends, the physio, we've responded well in the compact schedule. That's right. I'm telling you, it's crazy how much we've been doing and how well we've been doing. Our boy Addy, we had no game audio. That's right, but it didn't matter. We were having a bunch of fun.
Also saying that, correcting Teal's goal isn't officially an own goal. It's officially a Teal goal in our hearts.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it's officially at. This is our guys.
Yeah, now here's that's what a Teal goal looks like. A Teal goal looks like an own goal.
It's gritty. It's nothing flashy. Nothing special. Slow and steady wins the race for the awkward turtle. Okay,
that's right. Hey, here's the thing. Before we wrap up, I just have to get y'all's reactions real fast. In the last 3 matches in league play, because we haven't had a podcast since right after Chattanooga with Valaire, our boy Valaire, awesome. But guys, we had Red Bulls beat them. We had Charlotte beat them. 2 teams that beat us earlier in the season that we came back and destroyed against them. Love it. I need both of y'all real fast reactions.
To what?
I mean, dude, we haven't even talked about it. I haven't even been able to see you, Tunji, to talk about how great it was.
We'll talk about it, bro. It's good. It's great. We're not losing. We're not losing, bro. It's
6
amazing.
Game unbeaten streak. That's what we're excited about. We're getting goals again. That's what we're excited about. So that's
this
all
is who we
what
are
we
now,
need to
bro.
look forward
Get used to it. This is who
Exactly.
we are. We're winners. We're in the winner's circle, Logan. That's what you need. Yeah, you're over here shocked. I always knew we would be here, bro. I always said we would be in the winner's circle.
You're the one who said that getting back to the playoffs was the goal.
Technical difficulties.
Hey, all I gotta say is Josh, do it.
Josh, do it, baby. I love that shirt. That's such a great shirt.
That's a good one.
Speaking of shirts and our merch, definitely jump on our merch. We do have our Juneteenth gear live and ready to go.
Get
that. Still go in and grab the API shirt. It is still API month. We want to support and love. I love that we're doing all this. I love that we're going crazy with it. Guys, this has been amazing. I'm excited about this run. Let's keep it going. Austin, wrap us up, man.
All right. Well, we are going to close out this live stream. Thank you all for tapping in, for joining us in the chat. Hopefully we shouted out everyone. If we didn't, I apologize. But guys, this has been fun. Let us know in the chat also if we should do more live reactions. This is fun, guys. I like being rapid fire like
Rousey
this.
Says Tunji Belichick, we're on the Cincinnati.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, we will be recording here again soon. You don't want to miss that. Hit up all of our Instagram, X, Facebook, all that. You can find us at Mixtape 615 and right here on YouTube, where we are streaming live at Mixtape 615 Pod. If you have not yet, definitely subscribe to this channel right now here on YouTube. But guys, till our next episode, keep it real, keep it vibing. We are signing off.
Deuces.